Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. The purpose of this episode of the Indie Zone is to apprise you of what is coming up due in the immediate future, the next 4 to 6 weeks in Idaho versus Kohberger. Well, first, the orders on the multiple motions to suppress evidence on alleged constitutional violations grounds that Mr. Kohberger submitted, and also the motion for a Franks hearing. We are awaiting rulings on all of those matters. Next, we are awaiting the redacted version of the transcript. Word for word is what the court ordered that transcript be from the closed portion of the hearings that occurred on the 23rd and 24th of January, 9 o'clock a.m. The two-day session started with a closed hearing on the motion to suppress IgG DNA, where some testimony was also taken for convenience sake only per the court that went to Mr. Kohberger's request for a Franks hearing. We are awaiting that transcript. That should be coming up due on the public docket any time now. The motions in limine are due February 24th, 2025. So this is next week. This is when both sides get to argue that matters, evidence, testimony, information should be kept out of the jury trial on other grounds than constitutional grounds. It could be on the grounds that the information is prejudicial, that it's irrelevant, that it's against public policy, other related reasons. They are due, those motions in limine, the 24th. Then the responses, where the party opponent would then respond in opposition and try to persuade Judge Hippler to deny the other side's motion in limine. Those responses are due March 17th. And then the replies, which is the final phase in the briefings. When you hear the term the briefings, this means motion, response, replies. Replies are due by both sides March 24th to these motions in limine. And then finally the hearings on the motions in limine, April 9th, and if necessary, Judge Hippler has also set aside a second day, April 10th. We don't know at this time if any portion of those hearings will be closed, if they're all going to be open, if they're all going to be closed, or some combination of the both relative to the hearings on the motions in limine. We're going to stay tuned to see how the judge rules regarding hearings. Additionally, the defense's penalty phase expert witnesses are due March 31st. What is this? This is in the event of a conviction. The trial would then go into a second phase, the penalty phase. What is the appropriate penalty that the jury should rule here? The defense's experts for penalty phase, this would typically be mitigation expert witnesses coming forward and saying why perhaps the ultimate penalty of capital punishment in this case should not be provided, something else should be provided. Those defense expert penalty phase witnesses due to be disclosed March 31st, 2025. Then if you go to the pretrial and trial order that Judge Stephen Hippler rendered back on October 9th. Under trial materials, you'll see a number of items that are also coming up due within the next 6 to 8 weeks. Specifically, the matters concerning the jury questionnaires. The proposed jury questionnaires shall be simultaneously filed under seal by March 24th. Then any objections, March 31st, and then the court has ordered a closed, sealed hearing on that matter for April 16th, 2025. This will now conclude this episode of the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.